Running your own online business can have its amazing rewards, but it also comes with its unique set of challenges. So in this video, we're going to talk about thumbnails specifically on your website. So here I am on the Everbee Store. I'm going to go under products, and then I'm going to go under products. And we'll see I've got a bunch of digital downloads listed here. And when I hover over any of them, you'll notice the thumbnails are kind of cut off. The thumbnail is a little bit larger than the space for the thumbnail. And when I click on my actual web page, these are my thumbnails. You'll notice they're kind of cut off here. So I've got a horse and a tiger. And as I scroll down, you'll see they're quite large, and you might not want to have that on your website. And I'll show you some tips and tricks here on how you can get your thumbnails looking like this baseball where it's completely seen inside of the website. When I click on the baseball, you'll see it looks really good here. It's not cut off at all. Let's take a look at the products tab inside the Everbee Store. If I click on any one listing here, I'm going to click on the horse, for example. This will bring up the edit product section where I can put in my product title, I can enter my product description, and I can enter in my digital product. So I've uploaded my horse SVG file, which is the one I'm selling. And then here's my product preview, and it's just a picture that I uploaded. Here's my horse thumbnail inside of Photoshop. So when I click on image size here, you'll see it's only 200 pixels by 200 pixels, which is less than an inch by an inch. So it's a very tiny square thumbnail. So the question is, what size thumbnail should you have so that it meets your expectations about whether or not it should be large or within the box? I'll show you a tip right now on how you can make this work every single time. Okay, so I recommend that you make a guide. Now for this guide, I'm going to be using Photoshop, but you could use Inkscape or Photopea, whatever it is that you've got for a graphic design program. I'm going to go up here to File and New, and I'm going to create a 3-inch by 3-inch thumbnail that's 72 pixels. And you could make this larger or smaller depending on your personal preference, but for me, I'm going to run with a 3-inch by 3-inch thumbnail. And we can see here, I've got the ruler at the top. It goes 1, 2, and 3. And then on the side here, I've got 1, 2, and 3. Now the first layer is just going to be all color. So you're just going to pick a color, go into your paint fill, and just fill it up. Now I'm going to create a new layer. And this layer, I'm going to make it slightly smaller, and I'm going to make it a different color. So in this case, for example, I'm going to make it red. And I'm going to make this box slightly smaller. So I'm going to go in about 1 inch and then down about 1 inch, just like that. So we've got basically 9 little boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we've got the middle box now is red. I'm going to make one more layer, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger. And in this case, I'm going to make the box green just to make it a different color. And I'm going to make this box in between the other 2 boxes. So I'm just going to make it like this, for example. And I'll just drag this down so it's underneath. So I've really got 3 different layers that are completely different sizes. One is 3 inches, one is about 2 inches, and one is about 1 inch. And it doesn't need to be exact, but it should be kind of close. So I'm going to take all 3 layers and I'm going to align them so that they're vertically aligned and horizontally aligned. I'm not claiming to be the greatest Photoshop expert in the world, but if you can do this and you can do this relatively easily, hopefully that'll work. If not, I'll have a guide just like this on the Zen Water Cooler website. You can just download it. It'll be a free download, so you can help yourself do it. Okay, and now I'm just going to save this as a JPEG file. Okay, so now I'm going to actually list this as a digital product on my store, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to go add product. I'm going to just write in here 3x3 test. I'm going to make this a digital product. I'm going to attach a file to it. And then here's the important part is where it says product preview, I'm going to upload that file as my thumbnail, the 3x3 thumbnail. So we can see there, that's my 3x3 thumbnail. I'll click on the next button on the bottom right-hand side. I'm going to put this in at $0. Next. I'm just going to type in a keyword here, test under the meta description, and I'll click create product. Okay, and we can see that my 3x3 test is now sitting here, and I can actually preview this right now. So I'm going to go to my Zen Water Cooler shop and see what it looks like. All right, and as I scroll down on my actual page, we can see the top and the bottom seem to be cropped. It should be a square, right? Because that's what I created. The 2 interior colors, the red and the green, show up no problem, but the blue is starting to get kind of blown out. We can see the bottom and the top here. It's not working so great. So inside of Photoshop, I'm inside my guide, and I'm going to add a layer, and then I'm going to import my image. Okay, so here's my horse PNG. This is what I'm actually wanting to sell, and I'm just going to move this now, resize it so that it's inside the green, not touching the blue. So I like the way that looks. I'll turn these off, and I'll just add a layer here in the back, and I'll just make it white. So this is what I'm going to have for my thumbnail. But one thing you can do here is you can add in a thumbnail watermark. I'm just going to turn the interior guides back on and just make sure that my watermark fits inside that. I'm going to resize this now. I'm going to put it right there. I'll turn off my guides, and that now serves as my image for my thumbnail. All right, so back on my Everbee store here, it's pretty easy to update a thumbnail. I'm just going to click on my horse listing right here, and I'm just going to scroll on down, click the little X button to remove the existing thumbnail, and now I can just upload my new thumbnail. Okay, and there's my new thumbnail. I'll make it all the way here to the end, and I'll click update. We can see now my new horse thumbnail is right here. I'm going to go back to my website. Okay, so I've refreshed my Zen watercolor page, and when I scroll on down, we can see my Zen watercolor thumbnail is sitting here. It's much easier to read, and when I click on it, we'll see it looks pretty decent there, and it's not all hitting the edges of the thumbnail. I hope you found that helpful. I do have the guide as well sitting on the website, so if you wanted to download it, you're more than welcome to. It's just a free download. I highly recommend signing up for Everbee. The link is in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link, and that just means if you click on the link and you purchase the Everbee subscription, I would receive a small commission. Here's another video in the wonderful world of Everbee.